Okay, hi there. Yes, welcome back. And we are now at Travel the Unknown, episode 5. So we have covered the significant journey until Bangalore and we entered into Tamil Nadu and we reached the very first town on the north of Tamil Nadu, which is Hosur. And we are almost about 1850 kilometers done. However, we were in the longest patch of our journey, the last patch, which was about 670 kilometers to reach Kanyakumari. When we started into Tamil Nadu, obviously we had loads of maybe nervous energy because we weren't sure about the language. Yeah, we had a barrier for communication, especially on the street. Like for example, when we were in Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra or Uttar Pradesh or even Adilabad, we had a very good connect with the people on the street, on the road, on the highway, on maybe the restaurants on the highway side. Yeah, we had a very good communication channel which was open for us. But getting into, maybe started maybe from Andhra Pradesh a little bit just before Bangalore, we started facing this challenge of communication, and the language became the barrier. And we were pretty sure that getting into Tamil Nadu, we are definitely going to face a bigger challenge. And beside that, we had no clue, in Tamil Nadu, because there was a language barrier as well. We had no clue where we are going to stay and how we are going to probably, managing our, the journey. And that was the longest patch. But a friend of mine, Shanmuga Priya, I had intimated her almost about a month ago that when we are entering Tamil Nadu and you are from Tamil Nadu and it's your sole responsibility, I'm going to depend on you to take care of all the arrangements. However, yes, maybe I thought it is just the the probably the statement I made, probably she may not probably take seriously, but that was exactly opposite. She took it quite seriously, and she had conveyed these message to her contacts in Tamil Nadu quite ahead of time. And when we were about just 2 days before getting into Tamil Nadu, she you know uh, contacted me, and then she said these are the two people whom you can actually talk to you as you get into Tamil Nadu, and that is Shanmuga Raja, and the other gentleman whom we spoke was at Virudhunagar, and that is Ratnivel. We'll talk about them later when we get in there. But when I spoke to Shanmuga Raja the first time, and then he connected me to Arul, amazing person again, and the you are getting into the 9 day long patch, 670 kilometers, and you don't know where you're going to stay, and you have a language barrier, and somebody speaks from the other side over the phone, and he says, "Welcome to Tamil Nadu, and you don't have to worry about Tamil Nadu. We'll take care of you completely all throughout Tamil Nadu." Look at that statement, so powerful. You are being not just being told that you are being taken care for one night, but you have been taken care for the entire journey of Tamil Nadu over 670 kilometers. That really made us very, very comfortable, and that's exactly what he ensured as well. Arul made sure that he contacted all the people in Tamil Nadu right from Hosur, and when we started from Hosur, there you go, Mr. Rotarian Karthikeyan. He is the first gentleman whom we met in Tamil Nadu. Again, he was contacted by Arul, and Arul doesn't know these people on a day-to-day basis, by the way. He also tried, using his Rotary contacts, and he tried reaching out to the people, and he then told these people that, look, these two guys are coming, and we want to make sure that they are made comfortable. and that is how it really unfold the beautiful journey of Tamil Nadu. And he came and he made us comfortable in the hotel on the 25th night, and again on 26th morning as we are starting from Hosur the hotel. He came over and he ensured that we had our breakfast, the coffee, and before we started towards moving to Dharmapuri. Thank you so much, Karthikeyan. And that's the one of the another fastest journey which we did, about 80 kilometers from Hosur to Dharmapuri, and we really went fast. We reached almost about in just about 4.5 5 hours, and people in Dharmapuri were surprised to see us so early, around 12 in the afternoon. We were there. Yeah, they probably were expecting we'll reach by around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, but we were there about 12:30, 12 in the afternoon. So our breakfast on 26th was sponsored by Karthikeyan and followed by again the Rotary team, which was contacted by Arul. Yeah, Mr. Shekhar, who is the president of Rotary, he ensured that we had a wonderful stay, and he took us for a wonderful, authentic, the Tamilian food for lunch as well as a dinner and the night stay. Look at that. That's the wind which you can hear, yeah, in the background. Oh, that's quite windy. It's hard, but the roads were flat. When we moved from Hosur to Dharmapuri, yeah, roads were quite the flat, and we could reach, as I said, just about. And roads are quite wide, beautiful roads. What we encountered in Tamil Nadu. And lush green environment, on both sides you have a greenery. It's not so dull, otherwise, yeah, we really enjoyed riding in Tamil Nadu. So that's the team, golden hearted people whom we met at Dharmapuri. But you see the person next to me, yeah, in the spectacle is Rotarian Shekhar, who is a president as well, and next to him is Mr. Jagannath, yeah, then Dharmit, followed by Krishnan, and yeah, so we had a very good team of people who came to cheer us up, and they ensured that we had a wonderful stay, wonderful lunch. Yeah. And now we are moving from Dharmapuri to Namakkal. Yeah, Namakkal is a special place. Especially I really like the place, the city, the town is amazing. Yeah, and it seems that it's a knowledge center, knowledge hub for Tamil Nadu. So wonderful place, yes. And when we started from the Dharmapuri going towards to Namakkal, we had uphill to go first, yeah, and then we also had a downhill. We enjoyed the downhill for about 8 kilometers non-stop we went, but then yes, again we were having the uphill again. So it was a long tiring day. We were about to 126 kilometers again, but it was, yeah, we are tired in the afternoon. We are having lunch at this particular place, yeah, but we really enjoyed when we reached about 5:30 in the evening. Yeah, we were really excited to meet all the great people out there in Namakkal. So on 27th we had a breakfast sponsored by Shekhar and Team Rotary, followed by we came to Namakkal and Arul Murugan as well as entire team of Rotary, and also one gentleman who sponsored our tea at Mr. Balram, yeah, at one of the joints on the highway side. There you go. There, he's the one, the one next to Dharmit. Yeah, he's the gentleman. He's running the tea stall, and we had no communication. That gentleman in the white shirt in the front, he was kind of a mediator between us, and we were just talking about we are on the ride. We really never expected, or we never asked for any sponsorship of the tea, but the gentleman who runs the stall, he said, I'm not going to take any money from you guys because you're riding bicycle. Amazing gesture. He's just running a small little the highway side, maybe the tea stall, but a great heart. Thank you so much. And there you go. What you see in the picture is Shanmugaraja, yeah, a cousin of my friend Shanmugapriya, and these two people really made things rock for us in Tamil Nadu. So what you see in a person in that blue, and ochre shirt behind me is Arul, yeah, and his friend Shanmugaraja. We are at the school, Comrade School, the Golden Hearted People, and Arul at his restaurant, Garam Masala. He runs this restaurant at Namakkal, and he and his wife, yeah, they offered a wonderful, delicacies, yeah, at his restaurant in the evening. A good dinner, very, I would say, maybe one of the best dinner which we had in our journey, yeah. And this is what we are addressing, the children at Comrade School at Namakkal. They organize. You can see that it's almost 6 o'clock in the evening, and the clock on the right, yeah. And we reached almost around 5:35. The children were still waiting there for us. Yeah. Thank you so much, kids, yeah, for waiting for us and allowing us to do a small presentation. And that's what they did. Again, a surprise. The next day morning, this was there in a local newspaper out there. Yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Really, it helps us to spread the message to the wider audience. Then 28th of December, we started from Namakkal heading towards to Denigal. Tough journey, and again a new experience of the climate as we headed towards to Denigal. Let's see. So Arul and Shanmugaraja came in the morning, ensured that we had a coffee before we left, and we started from the school, and we are now heading towards to Denigal. So Arul had made a recommendation that we should have our breakfast at Shiv Murga, and it's a pure vegetarian the joint which is on the highway, and we really enjoyed the food out here. In the morning we had a breakfast around 10 o'clock, yeah, and then we started again moving towards to Denigal, but we were having uphill, we were tired. Denigal was a little bit harsh for us to and then this was the day when since morning I was experiencing some disturbance in my heart. Yeah, maybe I thought probably I missed my the blood pressure medicine or what, but I didn't actually. I did have, but I had some kind of a disturbance as we were moving towards to Denigal, and we thought we'll better take the help and not take the chance. So after the restaurant, we took the ride for about 20 kilometers. Yeah, so about maybe the net about 110-20 kilometers what we wanted to ride, out of which about 80 kilometers we could ride, and then we had to take a help, yeah, before we entered into Denigal. Look at that, is the climatic change which I'm talking about. We are in the tempo traveler helped us to get into Denigal, and it's raining. Yeah, it was raining heavily, yeah. And look at where we started. It was a peak of winter, and then we experienced summer in a kind of summer in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and now look at it's raining. So we had all the three climates experienced in a single journey. And he is the gentleman on the right. We had again the same communication challenge here, but all the the sign language which we used, and he is a golden hearted person who dropped us right into the heart of Denigal. Thank you so much, man. And that's Mr. Khalif. What you see on the right, yeah, left of the extreme left of the picture. Yeah, he's the one who organized everything for us at Denigal. Again, a Rotary team, yes, and Rotary really rocked all throughout the Tamil Nadu. And what you see between me and Dermot is a doctor, yeah, and we visited his hospital because I was having the complaint about some disturbance. So he took the cardiogram of my the chest and heart, and he said everything is normal. It just means we having some muscular the pain. Yeah, it is absolutely fine. You have no problem. You can easily go until Kanyakumari. And thank you so much. And it was a funny thing to observe there. I was a bit curious to ask this question to the doctor and say, every time we go and take the cardiogram and people say everything is normal, but all the lines are zigzag in the cardiogram. So I said, why so? It's all not straight, and why people say it's normal. So can you please help me understand this cardiogram? He said, for that you will have to do MBBS. Yeah, and that makes sense actually, because yeah, just to know why it is fluctuating probably is not good enough to probably know. But yeah, it was quite an good entertainment which he made for us. Yeah, so thank you so much, doctor. And this is Khalif's father. They run the spectacle shop. Yeah, and amazing. Thank you so much, uncle. And that's the team Rotary at Dinnigal, where we made the presentation in the evening, where we spoke about what we are doing, yeah, and our cause. And these are the wonderful set of people who sponsored our breakfast at Namakkal Aru, followed by lunch at Dinnigal by Khalif, as well as dinner again by Rotary team and Khalif, and also the night stay. Thank you so much, guys. And that's the gentleman who you see in the picture. He sponsored our the stay at Dindial. So in Rotary they had announced if anybody would like to sponsor their stay, he came forward and he sponsored our stay at Dindial. Again at the shop of Khalif. And then we started from Dindigal to meet another great gentleman at Virudhunagar, that is Ratnivel. How wonderful, yeah. So we started from Dinnigal. There's a team of Rotary who came in the morning to escort us all the way until highway. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, they were so excited. They took the pictures on the bikes. Yeah, and they are committed now to do the local work on the bicycle. Thank you so much. And that's the beautiful road which we crossed as we are heading towards to Virudhunagar. Yeah, we ended up bypassing the temple city of Madurai. And this road is so well designed, well thought. In the left you just end up seeing the mountain range. Yeah, and it's never getting into the mountain, never crossing into the mountain. So very well designed road. Yes, and yes, it is a little bit of up and down, but not so hilly. And we are taking a rest in the afternoon. We are having a lunch at the restaurant. Yeah, we had some packed food, and beside that, yeah, we had to spend a little bit, but it was just fine. We had a good chill out place. And that's on the highway side. Yeah, there we go. We have come to Ratnivel's place. Yeah, and next to Dharmit is Ratnivel's uncle. Behind Dharmit is Ratnivel himself and his two brothers. Yeah, so we had a wonderful stay here at his residence. Yes, we stayed at his home. Yeah, and he made an amazing arrangement. What a guy. And I'll talk about more about Ratnivel just in about a minute. But when we are heading towards to the Ratnivel's place, in between, Shanmuga Priya called me and said, there's one more friend of mine who stays in the way to Virudhunagar. His name is Suresh, and he would like to meet you guys. And it happened so that we just crossed his village, and we were just taking a breakfast about 2.5 3 kilometers away from his village. And he was actually calling us before, but since we was riding, I didn't pick up the phone. And when we were at the restaurant, I called him, and he said, I'm just quite near to you. Can you allow me to bring you to my place? And we parked our bikes at the restaurant, and we came along with him to his home. And look at his family. And we were given a wonderful packed food for our lunch later, and we had a wonderful 1 hour spent with his entire family, his factory. Yeah, great guy. Thank you so much, Suresh. At Vadipati. That's Ratnivel himself at his residence. Yeah, on your left, what you see, the entrance door of his residence. Yeah, that's where we stayed. And he asked us, whether you guys really want to stay in the hotel or you are comfortable to stay with me at home. And obviously we chose home, and it was a perfect decision. What a thoughtful guy. Yeah, as soon as we came in the evening, the first thing he offered is a coffee and tea. And then he said, why don't you guys just freshen up? Yeah, take your bath. And once you're done, yeah, then you let me know. And he took us around his factory, which is just adjacent to his home. And then he brought us to his the home theater, which he has made exclusively for entertainment for himself. And he said, you guys just chill out here, spend about an hour, and then we are going to take you to Rotary meeting. Yeah, and again he escorted us to the Rotary meeting in the evening, and then again in the night when we came, he brought the massage chair and he ensured that we do massage, and before we could go to the bed. And in the next day morning, he himself personally got us the bed tea at 6 o'clock in the morning. Amazing service, amazing hospitality, great heart. Thank you so much, Ratnil. That's the presentation we made at the Rotary at Virudhunagar.
So, and he is my nephew, Dhanit, and we both belong to Pune in Maharashtra. We are Gujaratis. We started this concept of GoGreen, Ride with Pride, about 2.5 years ago. And just in about 2.5 years ago, we are so privileged to have reached here and met all of you. So all the members on the dais, respected members, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to come here and address you guys. So what we started about 2.5 years ago was to create the awareness among the people that if we want to save our own Mother Earth, then we can stop contributing to pollution. So we are so used to using the two-wheelers, the four-wheelers, everything which is probably driven by the fuel, and we are directly or indirectly contributing to the pollution and spoiling the environment. You go to any major cities today in India particularly, like for example in Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, and you will find that people are wearing masks. When they are going outside, they are wearing masks. It's not late. I'll tell you, maybe in the next 5 years, we will be wearing masks even over here. Yeah, maybe we will be wearing the mask all over the country. And not only the mask, you will see Bangalore, Chennai, or maybe even Delhi. In the next 5 years, they will be wearing oxygen masks. And one oxygen mask will be 140 rupees, can only last for 2 hours. So if you are riding on two-wheelers for the whole day, imagine how many oxygen masks you will need in one day. I know I'm talking to the audience which is quite well to do. You can afford to spend maybe 1,000 rupees a day on the oxygen mask. But imagine if this happens to the entire community, the entire the nation, it's going to be a hell lot of expenses, So we thought we want to increase the awareness of using bicycle as an alternate means, and in the small vicinity, we are doing the long tour because we want to spread the message, but we are not expecting that from you. We are expecting you to use bicycle only for small radius of maybe 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers for your daily work. If you want to visit the bank, if you want to go to school, for the children's school, or if you want to probably visit the market, we just want you to use it for the small daily work. And to start with, maybe you can do it only once in a week, one day in a week. You can choose, maybe Rotary can have, I'm just requesting, if you guys can have 1 week, one meeting in a month, people can come on bicycle for the meeting, Yeah, that could be a good start. And we would be really happy. And in Rotary, if anyone chooses to come by bicycle the entire year, then on your most prestigious day of Rotary, we would like to award something called GoGreen Hero. So if you identify any such people, we can have a mechanism, and we would be more than happy to felicitate this award for any member who chooses to come by bicycle throughout the year for the meetings. When he comes here for the meeting and he comes by the bicycle.
So that's how we used to spread the message. That's what we spread the message at, even at Virudhunagar. Yeah, and we really installed this GoGreen Hero Award at several places, several schools and so as we installed this award at Rotary at Virudhunagar as well. There we go. We are now heading towards to Virudhunagar to Tirunelveli. We had to squeeze our journey to 31st compulsorily because we had our return flights booked on Indigo on 31st evening, and it was not getting postponed. We were trying to postpone to the 1st or 2nd of January, but they said until 4th of January everything is full and we are unable to shift you, and that made things really tough for us. We had to compulsorily wind our journey on 31st, and we had to be in Trivandrum, which is about 90 kilometers away from the Kanyakumari. So we had to change our plan a little bit. So we decided that we'll go from Virudhunagar to Nagarcoil, which is about 180 kilometers. So we thought we'll first go to Virudhunagar to Tirunelveli, and from Tirunelveli we'll take a support to reach up to Nagarcoil, and that's exactly what Team Rotary did for us at Tirunelveli. And again, Ratnivel, who called these people at Tirunelveli, and he informed them that these people are coming, and why don't you guys prepare some, the small gesture of appreciation certificate. So he sent our photographs to them. So thoughtful guy, and he ensured that these people prepared some certificates for us and awarded us when we reached Tirunelveli. So we did not enter the city, we just went from the outskirts, but we had a fun at Tirunelveli. And we met John Rose, you see in the center. What a great guy, a musician. He plays about 23 different instruments, and he is he does the performances. He was heading towards the 31st night performance, and he met us on roadside, the restaurant on the highway. And when he learned about the cause, he quietly handed over 500 rupees in my hand, and he wished us a good luck, and he started, moved out. Wonderful, golden hearted person again. John, thank you so much. We really love you. Yes, that's the place, Shri Alakhya restaurant. That's where we met John, and he handed over his cash, the sponsorship of 500 rupees. Whew, tired in the evening as we are heading towards to Tirunelveli. Dead tired. We were really exhausted. We were sweating, kind of, maybe we were dehydrated. Yes, we were drinking a lot of water, but still, it was tough conditions. And that's where Tirunelveli, they said we must take the picture here because it's a signature spot. Everybody who sees that picture will say that you are at Tirunelveli. So the Rotary team decided to have pictures here. Yes, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, and this on 30th, these are the golden hearted people who sponsored our breakfast at Ratnivel and team at Virudhunagar. For his mom prepared warm, the breakfast. She was making a warm dosas for us, immediately served in the morning. Yeah, followed by Suresh, who helped us, to have our dinner. Dr. Suresh at Nagarcoil. Sriram and his team, they actually helped us from Nagarcoil all the way until, from Tirunelveli to Nagarcoil. Yes, the one you see in the front wearing the Rotary cycle, Rotary Club of Tirunelveli North, that gentleman in the spectacle. Yeah, he's Suresh. Yes. Sriram. Yes. And that's the certificate I'm talking about. That's what Rotary team at Tirunelveli handed over to us and felicitated us. Thank you so much, Team Rotary. Amazing, isn't it? And that was all being articulated by Ratnivel, and he ensured that this gets communicated and done. Again, Dharmit's certificate, and that's where these are the golden hearted people, Sriram, who we contacted for all the help which was required at Tirunelveli, and his entire team, yes. And that's the gentleman in the center who were riding his vehicle, and he dropped us all the way to Nagarcoil in the night. And we stayed overnight at Nagarcoil before we take the final ride, the D-Day ride to Kanyakumari. So this is just the eve of our last ride. And thank you so much, Mohammed. and let's guys get into our final ride. Thank you.